Good morning, everybody. It is Monday. It is Monday. And you know, when it's Monday on the Cindy Cochran Show, it's Who Done It. That's right. Bob Berry's here with me, smiling gleefully because I made it. I called him and I said, hey, Bob. And he goes, I'm on my way. And I went, oops, I am too. When are you going to be there? He was going to beat me here by a few minutes. And I said, you may not start the Who Done It without me, but Bob always has something to tell us, to help us with safety, to help us with a lot of different issues that we may have at this time of year, or, you know, just going forward, just living life, going to Kroger's every day, those kind of things that you need to be aware of. So I told him, I said, you can start with some of that stuff, and then we can get to the whodunit thing. But did you think of anything that you'd like to impart to us?
Well, I think right now we are back in the season of the shopping.
Yes.
And I made it out of Black Friday.
Yeah, that's right. You got out of Black Friday, okay.
We talked about that last week.
Right.
And then, so after that, I have learned some things for myself, you know, and what I'm not going to do in the next.
Besides not going ever to a Black Friday again, what else are you not going to do?
But I do talk a little bit about the being safety, safe in the way in the parking lots, carrying with other people, and, going with other people with you. It's always stronger in the numbers.
Yes, right.
Look up, keep your eyes up, not walking down the sidewalk, looking at your iPhone or
that is
whatever.
so. I looked around because I don't know if you said that or someone said that, and it may have been you. And so I started noticing how many people are not looking where they're going. They are so, I guess they're thinking, I'm going to look down on the cement, and if I don't step on anything, I can do that, you know, with my peripheral vision, I can look down. But you know, walking straight into the door, you should say, you know, that was probably, I'm not good at this yet. But they sit and grocery shopping. You know, I thought it was a list they were looking at, but they're moving. They're looking through the news feed as they go down the aisle and stuff. That's amazing to me. I mean, the coordination of it is great.
Well, now that you're talking about going down the aisles with a shopping cart, a lot of people will walk away and go pick up.
Have we been shopping together before?
Pound of flour and or whatever.
Oh,
and
yes.
You know somebody is right there with you, and they just pick your purse up. And
I had someone standing at my cart when I came back and said, I'm standing here to try and protect your purse that's bright red and sitting on top of everything. What are you thinking? And I went, thank you so much. I'm so sorry. That's so true. That's so easy to do. Usually I try and bury it under a bunch of groceries. I put it down, but because I don't have any pockets to put it in, you know, so that's where I put it. But you're exactly right. It's being careful about not walking away from the cart ever.
It's just as easy as taking a strap where let's say a child, you put it in the seat and strap it in.
Right.
Do the same thing with your purse.
Right.
Put it in there, tie a knot in it, whatever you
Oh,
have
you know
to
what?
do.
It does have that clip thing.
It does. And latch it in and tie it up however you want to
Don't you want to see that guy run and grab that and take it? And he pulls the whole cart with him and it all falling groceries. Okay.
Something as simple as that.
Yeah. Well, I agree with you, Bob. And we've talked about how movies that we saw, like this one movie I went to, and it stuck with me. So what about how a person would come into a room and be able to see everything, how quickly they were able to assess the room and find out where people are, where exit is, who looks weird, or, you know, first judgment type thing you're not supposed to do, but that kind of feeling that you get from someone that has walked into a room or someone that's sitting over the side. I don't know. It's just where you know where everybody is. And that because it may not be someplace that you're familiar with, but you're walking in for the first time. And I don't mean that don't, but it's just that being aware of what's going on.
That's exactly it. Awareness is the word for it. And the crooks do the same thing. The crooks come in, they'll look at you down the aisle. They'll look in the shopping carts. They'll look to see what you know, are they capable of doing this against it? And unbelievably, the elderly people are the ones that are the most One, they're not looking.
Mm-mm.
They leave their stuff in the.
No, because we used to not even lock our cars.
Absolutely.
Or leave the keys in the car.
Absolutely.
And so I can remember that shift that was a difficult time to shift to now I can't trust anybody. I've got to lock the house up, for crying out loud. We never did that before. So it is harder, I think, for us elder ones to believe everybody's out for no good. But that you could be stalked. They could be watching you to see if how you go about your shopping thing. Are you leaving your cart? Do you leave it every time? When you get to this point, will I have time enough? The crooks are thinking, do I have enough time to make this happen?
Well, we're even having situations now where you go to the bank and people will stalk you from your house or to the bank or whatever. And especially you come into the bank, and especially a person that's not paying attention, or an elderly person, which is a lot of times are a victim of this. But they will do what they call jugging, and it's gone all over Houston. And
jugging.
Okay,
what they call jugging.
And it goes out in this area as well. But they will follow them to the bank. They'll come back out. They will see if they have any money, especially if they're still stuffing their stuff or counting their money going out the front door or whatever they have, the checkbook out. And they'll follow them to their house or to the hamburger place or whatever they have a chance to get to them. And they will go in and just actually steal it from you.
Well, the people that the clerks, the tellers, really do that. They tell everybody what you got because they go, okay, that's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 100. Maybe you're going shopping, so you're getting more money out. And people are right on your you're supposed to wait 6 feet or something before you come up to the teller and be that far apart. Remember, when you wait in line at a bank before they started separating us, they're just like right on your back and over your shoulder looking to see what you're getting. But they do talk, if they just went just counted it out and you count with them, but they count it all. I mean, they're telling it, so what can you tell them to do?
They're even as brave as going into the bank and standing at the little table, where you have the
right
that you turn, doing in for your deposit or whatever.
Right.
And you're just kind of sitting there watching everybody and see who comes out with this wad of money or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And eventually they just walk out the door right behind them and follow them. And there you go.
Yeah. So if you have a lot of money, is it okay to ask them to have the security officer, somebody walk out with you?
Most banks do have some type of a security.
So you could ask them, right?
You could ask them, yeah.
What could they say?
What they could do.
Like, okay, oh, cool. Okay,
and
that's a good idea.
Visible.
Right, that's right. Yeah, and watching as you get to your car, and not trying to find the key. I'm just like somebody follow me around. Like, don't do this, and it would work. Bob, did you hear about Fidel Castro's funeral?
I've heard that he had died and there was going to be a funeral, but I have not actually seen the funeral.
Now, see, if you're old, I mean, Bob's not old, but I'm older than he is, but I know he remembers some of this stuff. But, you see Cuba and you think of Cuba and you think of all the cars that are there, and they're old cars, like 50s cars, and they, people take them and, spruce them up, and then they sell them for a lot of money to somebody over in the United States. But you see a lot of old cars there. Well, they put his ashes in the back of this Jeep. The military are driving him through this parade, and the car breaks down. This guy can't catch a break. The car breaks down. The military guys got to get out, and they push it to the end of where the ceremony's going to be. Oh, my word. It's so bad, A funeral should be sad, but a lot of people are celebrating the fact that this guy's gone, and maybe they're getting closer to a better regime. And Raul, his brother, said he's going to retire in 2 years, so we'll see. But that was so pitiful, and you can't take any of that back. It's out there, it's there. And to watch the news commentators try and do this with a news straight voice, it's pretty funny. Anyway, so the rains came, and the rains came this weekend.
And it's still coming.
And it's still coming.
Yes.
Is it 100% today? I think it's 100% today. No, our meteorologist, Richard Schischler, is here. I don't know if he's paying. We have a 100% chance of rain today, right, Richard?
Well, it's been raining today, so yes.
It has. It's dry. It's not raining.
What time did you wake up this morning? It's pretty much raining
4 o'clock.
all the way till about 8 a.m. this morning.
Well, but I mean, it's dry. It's dry right now. I was just wondering, is it going to come back?
Yeah, it's going to continue on throughout the day.
Okay.
Or you can just stay tuned till the bottom of the hour.
Okay. Hey, at the bottom of the hour, I'll be here, so I'll listen to you for once. I'll listen. Okay, that's great. No, I just can't believe how much. Do you know from your announcing how many inches has happened up to this point?
No.
Okay. Well, he's what we might call a fake meteorologist. He's not a real meteorologist.
He's waiting for the next weather.
That's the tease. That's going to be the tease.
Right.
Okay, guys. Now, that won't be this next segment. We'll have to wait one more segment, and then we'll get to hear Richard's voice talk about the weather. But you're listening to the Cindy Cochran Show, and it's Monday, so it's Who Done It. And Bob Berry's here with us, and we're going to get right into our crime scene as soon as we come back from the Cindy Cochran Show, Real Reality Radio.
The Cindy Cochran Show, the first daily talk show serving Montgomery County.
You're going to need me.
You're going to need us.
All of us.
You're going to need our help with your water, your air, your food.
You're going to need our determination, our compassion.
You're going to need the next generation of leaders to face the challenges the future will bring.
And we promise we'll be there when you need us.
Today, 4-H is growing the next generation of leaders.
The Texas A&M AgriLife Extension Service has been dedicated to educating Texans for over a century. In 1915, the Extension Program was established under the federal Smith-Lever Act to deliver university knowledge and agricultural research findings directly to the people. Ever since, AgriLife Extension programs have addressed the emerging issues of the day, serving diverse populations across the state. Texans turn to Extension for solutions in horticulture, agriculture, 4-H and youth, and family and consumer sciences. Extension agents respond not only with answers, but also with resources and services that result in significant returns on investment to boost the economy. Join us Fridays at 1 o'clock for the AgriLife Extension Hour.
Heaven's Army of Resources and Recreation Center is a 501c3 nonprofit organization featuring a 10,000 square foot building located at 19325 FM 1485 West, New Caney, Texas. At Heaven's Army, we offer over 26 different services free for all ages, from karate, dance, drug and alcohol classes, anger management, parenting, food and clothing pantries, to just name a few. We are supported solely by volunteers and private donations. Our main mission is to glorify God in all that we do. At Heaven's Army, we strive to be a hand up, not a handout. Come check us out at 19325 FM 1485 West, New Caney, Texas, or call for more information at 281-689-5864. You may also learn more about Heaven's Army by visiting our website at heavensarmyofresources.com.
The Cindy Cochran Show. You ain't heard nothing yet.
And we're back on the Cindy Cochran Show, and boy, is this the perfect day to do the Whodunit show. If we just had some music behind this, and the thunder striking and all that before Bob starts laying out this crime scene. But Bob said that this one's going to be easy. Yes, last week I couldn't get it at all. And Deanie Harmon is normally here, but she's still fighting bronchitis. And so she said, I'm so mad because I have so many whodunit, crime scenes, and I'm ready to share them. And I said, well, so she's probably at home listening in. or she's at the doctor's office and making them wait so she can finish listening to the show. So we're excited for her to come back. But Bob says he's about running out of crime scenes because why, Bob?
Conroe's a small town as compared to Houston,
and we don't have much.
We're pretty safe.
Okay.
We still have all the crimes that everybody else does, but at the same time, it's not the same amount that what Houston would think.
Or some, really big time murder or scandals and things like that. But the murder crimes that you've laid out, and I could not get the last one, are so wonderful. So I'm ready for you to do the one that you think is going to be so easy for me. So
okay, this is going to be a PG-13.
Uh-oh. Wait a minute. What could I not look at or listen to it when I was 13 that I can now? Let's see.
We were called out to a house, and the house was closed.
Mm-hmm.
All the windows were closed. The doors were locked. Again, it was very similar to one of the ones we had just, I think, last week or the week before.
Everything was locked.
Locked.
Inside, okay.
No signs of breaking in or anything. Welfare check. One of the family members had not seen this person.
It's a welfare. Oh, that's what you call.
That's what
welfare.
we call a welfare check.
I know what I was thinking. Welfare check.
Not CHECK. No.
Let me remind people right now, because we've been talking already, but that Mondays we have a whodunit. And if you're just joining us because you're listening to us on 106.1 Conroe and 104.5 in the Willis and Waverly area, that this is a show we do, is that we allow Bob Berry, who's lieutenant in the Conroe P.D., and then normally Deanie Harmon, who's a former undercover narcotics agent, and they lay out a crime scene that one of them has been through, and then he allows me to ask questions like a detective, and you can ask questions as well on our Facebook page, The Cindy Cochran Show, and then just go to messages and ask a question, or you may have figured it out before I did and then put it down there. These are past crimes that are true, but we don't use any names or anything like that. This is just the crime scene that he came upon, and then I got to ask, and he'll give me a couple of clues, but then I got to ask the questions, and you can as well. Okay, Bob, continue. Sorry for the interruption.
Okay. In the check is we're checking the house. We're not giving you a check.
Very good.
And so we knock on the door. We don't have an answer. We do have to get force to get into the house. And so we
is this with your shoulder into it?
Yeah, it was kind of
like a movie.
Yeah.
Okay, I love it. Okay.
And so we were able to get into the house. We do what we call clearing the house. We make sure that there's nobody else in the house, and then we start looking for, what's going on in the house.
Are the guns drawn, or you got your hand on the hip?
Most of the time, we don't know what to do, so we go in all the way.
So you have the gun out
the whole 9 yards. No answer.
But you're not holding it sideways or anything. Okay,
we don't do that.
That doesn't happen. Okay.
Okay. But we do find out, if there's anybody else in there, anything needs any assistance or anything like that. So we go through the house and we find this person.
Is there a smell in the house?
No.
Okay.
I would say within 24 hours. Of the death.
Was the house messy?
No, actually, very nice.
I'm so afraid of this happening to me. Okay, so it's the house is clean, no struggle, and you find this person
in the kitchen.
Female or male?
Female.
How old?
26.
26, and she's laying on the floor. Is she good looking? Okay. Oh, your eyes widened at that point when you said it.
That's the reason why I say it's PG.
Oh, okay. Are there
maybe even mature
audiences?
Yes, right.
Okay, so if there are any children listening, you may have to know. So this person's laying on her back. Okay. Does she have any wounds or anything like that? Anybody is like she's been hit or
None.
and no gunshot wound?
Nope.
Yikes! Anything on the stove?
Coffee pot.
Coffee pot.
Well, it wasn't on the stove. It was a coffee maker, but yes, it was on.
Was it warm? It was on. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
There was coffee in there.
Mm-hmm.
And how was she dressed?
None.
She was naked, as we say in the South. She was naked. Oh, my word. How many patrolmen came in? More than needed?
Probably so, yeah.
Oh, my goodness. Okay, that had to have been an interesting conversation. She's good looking. She's 26. She's laying there naked, and the patrolman comes in. They draw lots on who's going to examine her, or how does that happen?
Well, typically when we go into a house like that where we're clearing a house, we go with no less than 2, depending on the size of the house and other situations.
So it was interesting when people came in, there was like 10 officers there.
No. I would say at least 3.
At least 3, okay.
Yeah, and then...
you didn't call for backup?
No.
Okay.
But then, of course, the crime scene people come in, the detectives come in, and so not everybody is standing around in a circle. We make everything else go back out. And once they do their part of it, they move on. But, yes, there were some people that came in and out, just like you would with any other crime scene.
Okay. Now, did anyone was anyone commenting on her and her personally, or they just really are so professional they just,
It was professional. Yes.
Okay.
It was kind of like us. We have the same, what clues do we have, or what are we looking for?
Right.
And so actually, it is taking looking at it.
It's methodical. You go through it and professionally, and it's just a crime scene you're trying to get through because you got others you're going to have to go to soon. So let's get this out of the way. It must be hard not to personalize, that you don't personalize these things. And so this was a good test for your guys, right? Okay. So, who came in to examine her? Were they going to move her first, or they have to wait to move her before? Doesn't someone have to turn her over or something like that?
No, she was actually on her back.
But I mean, didn't you have to turn her onto her stomach to see if there's anything in the back?
We eventually do that, yes, when we call the Justice of the Peace.
Okay. And he tells you okay. He does like a walkthrough with you on the phone?
Of the
Okay.
time.
Okay, so you didn't find nothing that looked like a wound of any kind that would be... So this was the assumption it was an internal thing that, maybe a heart attack or...
One of the first things we look at is, and of course that's later on down the road, is are there any medications?
Oh, of course, yeah,
drugs, or anything like that we can't see that could have caused the death.
Right.
Nothing was messed up. Nothing was torn. Nothing.
No unusual drugs in the cabinet or anything like that she was taking. Oh my word! Could she have been asphyxiated in some way, like from the stove? Was it a gas stove? Like I was like, okay.
And I will tell you this: that there were people in the house within the 24 hours with that person.
Oh, who was in the house with her?
I can't tell you that.
Oh, that'll give it away. The drug addict down the street and the pimp from... Okay, so you can't give away who was in the house with her. So somebody knew the house, they locked the door and went out because there wasn't anybody else but her in the house, right?
Only her.
Okay, only her. But we're going to find out that there was a couple of people that was in there in the last 24 hours of her life, and they could have left and locked the door, right?
Correct.
Okay. Oh, brother. Do you have any family? Did family call in and say you might check with the ex-husband or ex-boyfriend? Did anybody give you any kind of clues outside of?
Never married.
She was never married.
Mm-hmm.
What was her profession?
I don't remember that.
Okay. Wow. And why'd you say this was easy? Okay. All right, we've got to go to the bottom of the hour so we can listen to Richard do the traffic and the weather. Yes. But you're listening to the Cindy Cochran Show. Be sure and come back so we can find out who done it. Real Reality Radio.
The Cindy Cochran Show, Real Reality Radio.
Did you know there are more than 790 abused and neglected children currently in foster care in Montgomery County? Will you help make a difference? I'm Allie Stevens with Casa Child Advocates of Montgomery County. We train and support volunteers to be the voice of children in the foster care system. Kids removed from their home because of abuse and neglect. And we need volunteers just like you to advocate for these children. To learn more about becoming an advocate, please visit CasaSpeaksForKids.com. That's CasaSpeaksForKids.com.
You're listening to Lone Star Community Radio here on IreLoneStar.com and Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1. We're going to do a quick traffic and weather break for the Montgomery County area, then get back to the Cindy Cochran Show. Looking around traffic conditions in Montgomery County, everything looks good to go. Do not see any accidents or incidences at all. If you're headed into Houston, you're good to go all the way to downtown Houston. It's green light all the way. Right now it's 51 degrees outside, 92% humidity. We expect rain and thunderstorms throughout the day, all the way till tonight. And the high today is going to be around 58, and the low is going to be around 46. You're listening to Lone Star Community Radio, Montgomery County's community radio station. We'll be back with the Cindy Cochran Show after these messages. Here we are, another morning in Montgomery County. It's 6 a.m., and all you can do is think about hitting that snooze button. But don't. Wake up with me, your morning radio host of Mornings of Lone Star, Dick. Every weekday morning from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. on Lone Star Community Radio, join me for some music, talk, interviews, giveaways, and of course Montgomery County's weather and traffic. I'm here to make your morning start. Every weekday morning, online at IreLoneStar.com and Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1 with Mornings with Lone Star.
Are you interested in learning more about preparing quick, healthy, and safe meals for your family? Would you like to spend time with others learning tips and tricks, along with practicing and tasting nutritious food? If so, the On the Road to Healthy Living Mobile Cooking School is for you. Call Amy Ressler at Texas A&M AgriLife Extension Service at 936-539-7825 to find a class near you or volunteer to host a class.
The Cindy Cochran Show, the first daily talk show serving Montgomery County.
And we're back on the Cindy Cochran Show. My allergies are so bad. We're back on the Cindy Cochran Show. There I am. And we're doing Whodunit with Bob Berry. And he's laid out this scene and that I cannot get past anything. Everything I say, he goes, nope, not that, not that. 26-year-old, attractive female, naked as a jaybird, laying on the kitchen floor on her back. She's dead as a doornail, and there's nobody there. Everything was locked, which now we know it doesn't mean anything because they can lock it and go outside. So they just have to get rid of all the fingerprints. No fingerprints. Well, I guess if there are other people that have come in and out of the house, there was fingerprints. But anyway, there's no indication that she'd been hit, any kind of trauma to her, no bullet wound, no knife wound, anything. No blood anywhere.
We contacted the family members, the ones that were actually called the welfare check, and we talked to them. We talked to any of her friends, and we contacted her friends, male and female, and so we talked to them, and we got a lot of information from the family and the friends. And
did they cooperate?
Friends. Yes, and they all matched, and so very consistent as to what was happening.
Was it pointing to a certain person or a certain couple of people, suspects?
No.
It was not. It was.
We did find that she likes to I say party it wasn't a party like a wild party or anything like that, but she had friends, and there were people that were coming and seeing her regularly, and people that she would work with or go out and party.
Okay, so she was kind of wild?
I wouldn't go wild, but I mean, she did have a good time. She was still 26 years old, you know.
It wasn't a snuff sex thing, right? Okay. All right. I just had to make sure that wasn't what made this so PG-13 or whatever. Okay, so you were going to tell me something about was the family you were going to tell me that you thought would be helpful?
Well, we did get some information from the family, history of the victim, and then also with her friends, and everything was very consistent.
And her friend said she was, she liked to party.
Well, not partying like,
but
falling on the floor kind of thing, Yeah. It wasn't that at all.
So it wasn't an overdose?
No.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Of any kind. Okay, give me some more.
Well, that's pretty much it.
No, you said, if I tell you this, then you'll know. I said about the friends, a couple of people. Mm-hmm. What kind of, was it any money involved? Was there?
Nope. Actually, once we had talked to the friends, they had actually gone out for a short time, going out and dancing at a local spot here in town.
Yeah.
And so she came back home, and that was the last time anybody had seen her.
After dancing?
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't a heart attack?
You're getting warm.
Oh, I said a heart. So it was an internal thing?
Yes.
Okay. Didn't I say an internal thing a while ago?
Mm-mm.
I did not?
No.
I'm going to check the tape. No. Okay, so a heart attack, well, it wasn't a heart attack, but I'm getting close.
You're getting close.
Brain aneurysm?
Somewhat.
How can you have somewhat of a brain aneurysm? Like you have a brain aneurysm? Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
This is really about all that it is. Let me go ahead and just...
Okay, yeah. You have to tell me.
Okay. Actually, she had gone out with her friends, had gone out dancing and having a good time, just like a average 26-year-old person would want to do. And there was actually no foul play at all. She had several internal physical issues
already. So these are she had pre-existing.
Existing.
Oh, okay.
She had cancer. She had other things that were also in her health that were all at the same time. She was taking a lot of medications and had gone through several doctors and everything else. And it was just a matter of time before she died. She had actually got out of bed and was making a pot of coffee, and then she just collapsed and fell flat on her back, and that was it.
Oh, my word.
We have to go through there and get all this information and do everything with it, and we turned out that we checked with the doctors later on down the road and found that it was nothing but a normal physical issue.
So you didn't find that out until the autopsy?
Yes.
Okay. So they have to do an autopsy because someone being dead, and there's no signs of anything that happens.
And it's when it stumps us, we go back to the pathologist and find out what's going on with that.
So the forensics really get involved at that point.
And the family and the other people also.
Yeah, all that gave you the clues to look at where to look. Yeah. That is amazing.
We have to treat it like it's a criminal situation.
Really?
And location until we can say that it's not. Wow.
Oh, well, that's good. I mean, I totally overthinking it, but I think I said, so I'll listen to this again so I can say I told you so. I think I said, was it a heart attack was it an internal thing? Because that was the only other place to go. And when you said, or whatever you made me think it was no, I couldn't figure that at all. But I would wait for an autopsy. It would be like, that'd be the only thing I could do is wait for the autopsy to see what was said. That's great. I hope Deanie was listening to this one. This one was
we treat
good.
that just like you would any other scene that we would go out to when there's a death. And so we have to rule out, it wasn't this, it wasn't this, it wasn't this. So why did it happen?
I love that. I think that's good. I've got something I want to ask you about. Good job. Congratulations. You beat me. Just this amateur detective sleuth. But I heard about the story, and you may have heard about this too, this former police officer who hired two hitmen he thought he was hiring to kill his wife that he suspected of having an affair with another woman. And he wanted to hire a hitman. He's a former officer. This is what gets me. So he talks to these two hitmen that are, undercover, and tells them he wants them to kill them, sexually, attack them, assault them, and then kill them. And he had different instruments how he wanted them killed. I mean, this guy was mad, and he wanted his wife and this woman done away with. And so he went through all that, and then of course they tell him, well, you were talking to two undercover officers, and we've got it all on tape, and you're done. I don't care what she was doing. There's no way you can get out of this. My question to you, when we get back from the break, I want you to explain to me how the undercover officer thing works, and if we ever done that in Conroe, and has anything like that happened in Conroe? That just fascinates me. How they, I don't know. Anyway, you're listening to the Cindy Cochran Show, and we'll be right back with the answer to that from Lieutenant Bob Berry, Real Reality Radio.
The Cindy Cochran Show. You ain't heard nothing yet.
SPCA PetSnap of Montgomery County is a 501c3 all-volunteer-based rescue and adoption organization with a no-kill policy for healthy and adoptable animals. Our goals are fourfold: to rescue and rehabilitate homeless animals, to provide a safe haven for the animals until a suitable adoption or foster care home is found or until they are reunited with their owner, to educate the public about the great need to reduce pet population, which includes the importance of having their pets spayed and neutered, and to further the cause for humane and responsible pet ownership, and to provide a low-cost spay-neuter clinic for people who are unable to afford to spay or neuter their pets otherwise. SPCA PetSnap of Montgomery County encourages you to think adoption first. You can contact us at www.spcaofmc.com.
Hi, it's me, Cece Holmes. I'd like to take this time to invite you to spend your Sunday evenings with me, and of course Sunday Evening Jazz, where you will hear the best in smooth jazz, traditional jazz, and indeed so much more. That's Sunday Evening Jazz every Sunday from 5 until 7 p.m. right here on Longstar Radio, Conroe's 104.5 and 106.1 FM.
Want to check out the fastest growing sport in the world? It's right here in Conroe, Texas, and it's roller derby. Conroe Roller Derby is a non-profit recreational league of women and men who want you to come and check out the fast-paced, hard-hitting game of roller derby. The Conroe Cutthroats practice at Rainbow Roller Rink on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays. You can find our game schedule and more information on our website, www.conroerollerderby.com.
The Cindy Cochran Show, the most opinionated talk show on radio.
And we're back on the Cindy Cochran Show. Oh, wow. So I put the question to Bob about this case that everybody's been talking about, where a former police officer wants to have his wife killed and her lover killed, and he doesn't care how they do it, except he wants to make sure it is painful and it is, that there's a lot of thought behind it, in the sense that it's excruciating for them. And he's given so many directives of what he wants this to happen. So he talks to these two hitmen that he's hiring, and of course they're undercover agents, and they're recording everything, and so they've got him. And now my question is, how does this always happen? I mean, we have so many of these people in the cars, and we're seeing the recording, we're seeing the dash cam covering it. How does that happen? Can you imagine how he got the two?
It only takes one person to mess up the whole thing. And anything that he would say, it would be somebody that he knew. It could be the wife. It could be the girlfriend. It could be anybody that he could say anything that goes in that direction.
Right.
And they're going to say, well, this is not really right. We need to do something with this. So they call the police department. It could have been somebody that he worked with in the past, and a former employee or whatever. But at the same time,
he could have called some policeman and say, hey, I need a hitman because this is going to happen. He's not going to think nobody's going to turn on him or anything like that.
You know, what was it in World War II? Loose lips.
Sink
ships.
Sink the ships, yeah.
They sunk his ship. And so that's the way that it usually happens. The police get involved in it. It gets bigger and bigger. We learn more and more as we go with it.
Yeah.
And then eventually it gets to this point.
Have we ever had any detectives, policemen, or anything in a sting like that in Conroe? Can you remember?
Not aware of.
Okay. See, we're so good here. People would go to Houston and try something like that, but they wouldn't try it here because we'd be right on top of it, right? Isn't that what would happen? I'm sure that's what would happen, is that we'd catch them. But I just can't believe it. I mean, this woman who also had done a hit on her husband, and when she pulled up, and the people she was talking to, of course, were already undercover agents, so they showed her pictures of him being killed in to prove that he's dead and all that, and they just had faked the pictures. But she got the pictures, and so she now knows that he's dead. So she drives up to the house, and there's a policeman and all the people, and she runs up to the policeman and just crying and just having a fit and shaking and everything like that. And that's what, and they got her. And it was just like, yes. And now she was saying they were just trying to do a reality show like pilot, and that's what she was doing. She was trying to get out of it like that. So, but that's just fascinating to me. Somebody be that cold-blooded. That is so cold-blooded.
It's better to just go ahead and get a divorce and move on.
Yeah, why not? Why not?
At least 50-50, okay?
Yeah. And, when you take out that life insurance, it's a good sign they're going to look at you. But anyway, okay, guys, thank you, Bob. That was great whodunit. That was a great whodunit.
Thank you.
And I want to tell people, coming up this week, tomorrow we're going to talk about deer hunters and their escape, and we're going to talk about some sports with Jimmy the Sea, and how about those Rockets? Not about how about the Texans, but how about those Rockets? And so we're gonna talk to him about that. And then on Wednesday, I've got Craig Campobella coming in. Oh, I can't wait to show you the pictures and some of the statues that he has done and where they're going. This guy is just international. He's amazing. And he's right across the street from us, and people don't realize the talent on this one street. So I wasn't talking about me. I was just talking about Craig and so many people, the Owen Theater and the Crichton Theater. But we will have him in on Tuesday. Wednesday, he's on Wednesday. Thursday, I have Don Wilson. And if you know anything about Elvis Presley, and if you've listened to the show, you've heard Don Wilson before. He's in L.A. He was mentored by Elvis because his family had all been killed in a car wreck, and Elvis took him under his wing. And he has great stories. But he hung out with the Memphis Mafia, and he's known a lot of them, since he was a teenager. And Joe Esposito, Esposito. I hope I'm saying that right. Joe Esposito. I don't think I ever said it out loud. I've just typed it. Anyway, he just passed away, and this was one of Don's closest friends, and he has a lot of memories of Joe. And you always saw him in the pictures. You'd see the pictures of Elvis and with his gang around him. Red, the guy with the real red hair, was always there with him, and Joe with black hair. It looks like he talked to you like this, and if you did anything wrong to Elvis, you would out of there. But Don has some great stories, and he's going to tell us about that. And then, and that's going to be on Thursday. And then Friday, of course, we're going to talk. It seems like we just did this 2 minutes ago. We're going to talk about what's going on in downtown Conroe. Because this last weekend, so much was going on with the art gallery, Owen Theater, Crichton. And the Crichton and the Owen are going to keep everybody in the Christmas spirit. You know, of course, Owen's doing Little Mermaid. I don't know how that gets in with Christmas, but anyway, she has red hair. But we've got a lot of Christmas stuff going on, and the Heritage Park is all Christmas-seed up to come down here and have a lot of fun with your family. So please, listen. This week we got a great lineup, and stay with us. So you are listening to the Cindy Cochran Show, and I'm here Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 11, and please join us again tomorrow. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you, Uncle Bob. I almost said Uncle Bob. Bob Berry.
Big Bob.
You're listening to the Cindy Cochran Show. Have a great day. Real Reality Radio.
Thanks for checking out this production on Lone Star Community Radio, Montgomery County's radio station. For more information on this show and other shows on Lone Star, check us out online at irlonestar.com. If you're interested in sponsoring a program on Lone Star Community Radio and reaching the local audience of Montgomery County on FM, internet, and TV media, please call 936-647-5747 or contact us online at irlonestar.com. This recording is a Lone Star Community Radio production, produced by the show host and Dick Schisler of Lone Star Community Radio. Interested in volunteering as a music DJ or starting your own talk show? Contact Dick Schisler at dick@irlonestar.com or by phone at 936-647-5747.